yeah. They get a try to 25 for them things, nigga. They walk up on your kid or you see your friends, nigga.
Hey guys, it's me, Pretty Witty 77, and welcome back to the Deep Condish, where we deep condition our hair weekly while we get caught up on the dish on hip hop and pop culture. So let's get right to it. Okay, let's start this week off with greatness, and that greatness just so happens to be Tupac Shakur. I almost, lost my I almost blew my cover. Got a little crunk. Do people still say crunk? Okay, anyways, so the second trailer for Tupac's biopic, or should I say biopic, however you want to pronounce it, it was released. Y'all, I just cannot wait until this comes out. Like, that's literally gonna be the highlight of the year. I don't care what else being released. That and probably a Big Crit album would be like great for this year, but that was gonna be like the, unless Rihanna come out with something new, but still, that's just not up there. It's not up there with this movie, even though I know it's different categories and stuff. But I'm super excited. Comment below if you've seen the trailer. But Tupac is greatest, favorite of all time. Like, what? Okay, anyways, let's move on to rich folks business now, which is by JayZ, of course. Now, oh, I forgot to mention, if you want information about what I'm using to deep condition my hair, check the description box. I got all that down there for y'all. Now let's get into the rich folks business. JayZ is like a jack of all trades. JayZ had, I feel like this is gonna get everywhere. He had his own clothing line, on record label. I'm pretty sure the list goes on and on. He got his own streaming app, music app. I'm surprised JayZ ain't bought Beats by Jay and turned it around. But I know they sold to Apple. But I feel like they just got so much under their belt. The Carters. It's just amazing. Like, how could one group of people like be capable of so much greatness? Especially, well, I don't like to bring up past, so I'm not, but coming from how he came about, or his background or whatever. So anyways, I bet y'all like, okay, go on. So oh my god, it's kind of late, y'all. So JayZ is coming out with some champagne, right? And this champagne well, it's not gonna be my rent, but this might as well be somebody's rent. This is somebody could buy a car with these. The champagne is priced starting at $850. Who drinking it? I'm gonna say, like, if that was like the deal back when I used to be like in the club, you better not let me get on my hand on nobody. Let somebody leave a table and leave a little bit in the bottle. I'll be like trying to figure out what's left in the bottle, what it tastes like, because I would not be spending my coins on that. I just be wondering how people like that blow up, and then they get like, they have this ridiculous price stuff, and it's like, okay, so you're gearing it towards rich people, right? Because the everyday people who support you, like, what we supposed to do? We want to swing, So I'm a little confused about the pricing of that. But speaking of champagne, well, this is basically an alcohol, which I really don't drink anymore. Well, I'm saying I don't drink this alcohol anymore. I really don't be drinking like that, because when you drink and you go to the gym, it's not cool. It's not cute. It's not cool. You feel like crap. But I don't drink this particular thing. So Rock, I know he came out with a new flavor, a coconut, some kind of summertime flavor, and I love coconut, y'all. But I feel like it's pina colada or something. What is the flavor? Because I know he already have a coconut, which used to be my stuff, but I don't drink vodka no more. So I forgot. Comment below if y'all know that flavor, because I know y'all parched mouths probably already done tried it. I don't know, But yeah, JayZ done lost his mind in so many words. Next, we're going to move on to this chaos story. All my Atlanta witties, what's up? And what's up with y'all highway situation? I feel like I should have talked about this last week. Don't believe it. It probably slipped my mind. Didn't make the list. I don't know. But y'all got crackheads setting highway fires. Like, how is that possible? I've spoken with a couple of people who live in Atlanta, and I really sympathize with y'all about the traffic situation. But nobody is buying the story that a crackhead burned the highway down. Like, who is you playing with? I feel like the media tried to basically pick somebody to blame it on. So it was like, okay, who be hanging in there? Crackheads. Okay. I think the man, I don't know if they made the man give a statement that he was smoking crack and he decided to do it. Somehow he had a shopping cart, he had a chair, he put the chair in the shopping cart, and he lit the chair on fire, and it burned until the highway collapsed. Who do you think we are? Who do you think we are to believe this story? I don't know. I believe it was just wasn't a good one, a good highway to begin with. I'm speaking from what I've heard about the highway, because I've been to Atlanta, but I don't frequent Atlanta, so I don't really know the situation. Like, straight up, I don't. But a crackhead, y'all had to choose him. I don't believe he did that. Like, what? But anyways, that's crazy. Since we on the topic of Atlanta, let's talk about, I don't know if y'all follow this rapper, but I do. Lucci, or YFN Lucci. He dropped the, first of all, I was gonna wait until the end to discuss these, but he dropped a mixtape called Long Live Nut, and he is in the news of the police that took him to jail. I think this police tried to get him to pull over, but he wouldn't immediately pull over. He kept riding, and eventually he ended up pulling over. So he went to jail. They found 3 weapons in the car. And he got out within a couple of hours or something, jumped on a plane and flew to Florida because he had a show. Now, I feel like they say it smelled like marijuana, but they couldn't find nothing. So a lot of people were like, man, that's what took him so long to pull over. He had to stash the weed or whatever. But I don't know. I want to know, whenever somebody starts to get a little buzz, why they always end up in jail, or, you know, situations like these. That's kind of puzzling. But if he had 3 weapons in the car, but the way they booked him on was failure to pull over or some kind of resisting arrest for a cop, or whatever they booked him on, the weapons must have been registered, but they failed to include that in the article. They just had to make it seem like something. Well, I don't know. If y'all know more information, please dial. I feel like I'm on Crime Watchers or something. If you have any information, please dial. What's that I always be showing? I think that's Crime Stoppers. Anyways, rappers, Lucci, and another album that has also been in rotation is Rick Ross. You know, Rick Ross been in the media this week because he, for one, he got his ankle monitor off, his house arrest. I feel like he been had that thing for the longest. So he got his house arrest monitor off, and he also copped a plea deal. Y'all remember a while back, Rick Ross, he had caught some kind of burglary charge where he had a groundskeeper. They got into it, and he basically took the groundskeeper to his guest house and hold him hostage and pistol whipped him. I don't know what the man did, if he stole some money or not, but yeah, that's what happened. So that's the charge he was fighting. He took a plea deal. I don't believe the plea deal even requires him to go to jail, because I know he served some time before he, you know, got out on house arrest. So I don't know. But I feel like I wanted to talk about this first, this other issue, but I wasn't gonna even give it the power to. But let's discuss this Pepsi commercial or ad with Kendall Jenner. So I don't know where I was. I must have been on Snapchat World or probably just minding my own business, drinking water, and I get on Instagram and I see all these Pepsi memes, and I'm like, what happened? So I end up finding out that she put out an ad, you know, with Pepsi of her. It looked like she was at some kind of rally, and she was, you know, walking with a little shorts on, no butt, you know, just strolling casually through the crowd. Everybody dapping her up like, hey, like, you know, she one of the homies or whatever. So she gets to the front of the crowd where the cops are like guarded. They're standing around guarding, you know how they do at protests and stuff. So she hands him a Pepsi, and he starts smiling like she done found a cure for world AIDS. Like, I'm trying to figure out what's going on and what I wasn't really understanding. And apparently Twitter wasn't understanding either. Like, I don't know what you're trying to say, that you stand by us with the situation, but how did you end up sneaking Pepsi in there? Like, I don't understand. You think Martin Luther King would have gave the cop a Pepsi and they would have left him alone? You think all those women where they was spraying water hose and all this other kind of wild stuff to them, they just handed him a Pepsi, that would have been cool? What? Gone. Yeah, so it was a really dumb article. It was a really dumb commercial in my opinion. How do you guys feel about it? But you know, when you get commercials like that, topics like that, you also get people that run off at the mouth who really don't know what they're talking about. Like Whoopi Goldberg on The View, she talking about the commercial was wrong, but that we can't say that it was appropriation for Kendall Jenner, because if that was the case, then black women should wear their natural hair because they're appropriating white women hair. I'm like, Whoopi, what? Whoopi gonna get her whooped. Like, what are you talking about? Black women straightening their hair or doing anything like that isn't cultural appropriation. It's assimilation. So I'm like, sometimes I think people be getting overly excited and they get to running off at the mouth and they really don't make a lot of sense. So yeah, that's what happened with Whoopi. What's your take? I would love your take on this. I mean, sometimes she probably just got cultural appropriation confused. But yeah, that's basically that. Let's get on to this music, because I know I already talked about Rick Ross and his CD, Lucci. I ain't really been too much playing the Drake like that. I got a couple of songs, like Blend, that I listen to. But I feel like so much has come out since then. I feel like I'm getting old. I used to learn like the lyrics to songs like real quick, but lately, I don't know, it's just like not sticking, but I feel the beat. Other than that, I heard Young Dolph's new CD or whatever, and it's okay. I like Lucci's CD better, but yeah, it's either that, my gospel playlist that I've been listening to, or yeah, that's about it. But have y'all heard about TLC? Their album is, I know I talked about them previously, but their album is set to release in June, so they're right around the corner with that. Why y'all didn't tell me that they raised money for the album on Kickstarter? What? You mean they ain't getting paid residuals? Like, they ain't got no money? Cause I'm a little confused. I'm really confused on this. Yeah, and then they want fans basically the fans funded the album, or supporters, or whatever you want to call them, and they asking them to help them name the album. Like, who album is it? Is it our album? Is it your album? Who gonna get the money from this? Did we get our cut? You know what I'm saying? Because this, I didn't donate, so let me just stop from our cut. But can they get their cut? Might be my cousin or something. Like, I don't know. But yeah, that's the the music for the week. What song have you been in constant rotation with? Like, I love to know that. You know, y'all know me basically. When I'm done with my kick on music, I go straight to the podcast world, and that's cool. But I think I'm just about done with this dish. What you think? If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you guys next week for another edition for the Deep Condish. Or if you want more, I'll see you guys Wednesday and Friday for the month of April. Peace.
Baby, let your hair down, let it loose.